Here I am. Are you going to Korea and thinking of adding a day trip to your itinerary? To enjoy nature and to get away from the hustle and bustle of Seoul? How about East Coast? So that is also my school. I didn't go there because when I was graduating, they were like finished building. I happen to be from there, and if I'm being totally honest, it's the best day trip from Seoul. As long as you are into crisp ocean air, legendary sunrises, authentic food, and a day packed with breathtaking views. If that sounds great, let's hop on a train or in a car. We are heading to Jeongdongjin and then venturing a little further to Donghae. Before we dive in, here's a quick heads up on the travel time. KTX train ride from Seoul to Jeongdongjin takes about an hour and 40 minutes. That makes this getaway about 4 hours of round trip. You can make this as a full day adventure, or even better, turn it into a relaxing 2-day trip. Both are great options in my opinion, so with that in mind, let's hit the road. Our first stop is Jeongdongjin Station, and we are here for the sunrise. On New Year's Day, Jeongdongjin is packed with visitors. The name Jeongdongjin literally means the East Gate, as it was considered the easternmost point from Gwanghwamun, the main gate of the old capital of Joseon Dynasty. If you are a sunrise enthusiast, Jeongdongjin is your pilgrimage. Now, if you're not an early bird to catch the sunrise, at least catch the Railbike. These bikes glide right along the coast, so you soak in all the stunning scenery and a fresh ocean air without taking a single step. The only thing is that you need to buy the tickets in advance because they do sell out on most days. So click the link in the description below and get your tickets in advance. You're welcome. After the ride, let's take a short stroll south to the Hourglass Park. Why is there an hourglass in the middle of the beach, you might ask? Well, here's a little fun fact that most travel YouTubers cannot tell you, but I can. In the 90s, there was this K-drama titled 모래시계, which translates to sand glass. The show was a cultural phenomenon, pulling in ratings up to 64.5%. One of the best scenes from the show was filmed at the Jeongdongjin station, which turned Jeongdongjin a major tourist spot in Korea. And eventually, it led to the opening of the Hourglass Park. It has nothing to do with Korea's culture of punctuality. Nice guess though. Next up, it's time for a feast. Right across from this park, you will find an array of authentic food joints serving a variety of Korean food. My top recommendation is seafood tabletop barbecue. There's nothing like grilling fresh clams and scallops right in front of you, especially paired with a shot of soju or a crisp beer. Please do not miss out on this authentic eatery. After lunch, a quick 10 to 15 minute walk will take you to the Heonhwa-ro Park. This park is actually located within the famous Sun Cruise Resort. Yes, it's a cruise ship built on a land that never departs. A little weird, but creative. By the way, if you want to turn this into a 2-day trip, this 4-star resort is a nice place to stay. For under $200 US, you'll be able to get a room with a view and terrace. Not bad, huh? Now back to the park. So this park is not free. The admission is about $4 US. And let me tell you, I think it's totally worth it. You will get a breathtaking views of the ocean, and you get to enjoy some weird and wonderful local art around the park. And the main highlight of this park is, without a doubt, the staircase to the heaven. This reminds me of a scene from The Truman Show from the 90s. Such a great era.
That is incredible. The view and the feeling of being just so in space and so high up over a cliff.
Speaking of surreal highlight, here's another one. Take a look at this coastal road named Heonhwa-ro. You can drive or walk here. It's basically over 10 kilometers of coastline where the road runs so close to the ocean that you can practically feel the spray of the waves. Sometimes the road has to be closed when the waves are too big, but when it's open, it's definitely one of the most stunning drives in Korea. Now, if you're feeling like you've had a full day, I don't blame you. I mean, it was eventful enough. But if you have more energy, let's make the most out of this getaway, shall we? Hop back on a train or in the car and head over to Chuwam station, a 40-minute train ride away from Jeongdongjin. This time, we're chasing the sunset. But first things first, let's go look at the famous rock named Chotaebawi. This single towering rock formation is such an iconic landmark, and the name literally translates to Candlestick Rock. It's just so iconic that it's even featured in a video for the Korean national anthem. Talk about a cultural must-see. Unfortunately, the day we were there was a bit overcast, so we didn't get that fiery, stunning sunset. But if you're lucky, you will get to witness the iconic sunset that's been broadcast across the nation. And while you are here, enjoy crossing the Chuwam suspension bridge for some thrilling views of the coast. There you have it. I hope this itinerary feels refreshing and gives you a taste of Korea beyond the capital city. I'm heading back to Korea in a couple of weeks, so if you're still watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I'll be back with more authentic content. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these spots is making it onto your travel list? Share it in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.